That is still not enough for me. Just because I think I am a new man, I am not yet actually a being of the sixth race, am I? Just as I am not as great as Napoleon only because I imagine to be Napoleon.
No, of course not. We are continuing our path. The new consciousness is at first only an inner process which demands to take shape. To make your transformation complete, something more has to be added.
Your ideal, the fantasy character, appears in the material world.
Your eternal individuality becomes a real factor, an acting entity which makes an impact in material earthly life.
Isn't that utterly unrealistic?
Not at all. It is always the spirit that produces, shapes and moves the physical things and conditions.
I don't understand that.
Then let us look at an example.
What is it that moves a huge container ship from China to Europe? The engine? The diesel oil? The captain?
No, the force driving this material colossus is actually a thought. The idea of an entrepreneur that he can make a profit by shipping 10,000 containers. This concept is the decisive impulse. If it is missing, e.g. because a loss is to be expected, the ship remains in port. The physical conditions are secondary. What does the entrepreneur do if no container ships or no diesel oil are available?
He will use camels or sailing ships to transport the goods.
In the same way, the spiritual aspect of our nature can pursue its goals on the material plane by using the body as a tool.
What does appearance of the soul in the world mean in practical terms? You lead the life of your soul.
Your soul lives when it, and not your perishable personality, thinks, feels, speaks, and acts.
You are a being of spirit when you think, feel, speak, and act like a spirit man.
You let your eternal individuality, your alter ego, your avatar, as it is called in the language of computer games, appear. But not in some imaginary virtual fantasy realm, but in real earthly life. How? By making it act through your body. This is a much more exciting adventure, and of course, also much more fruitful than playing around on your smartphone.
Can you give some examples? Your eternal being appears in the physical world as a spiritual disciple.
You integrate yourself into the chain of hierarchy under a greater one, under your teacher. You think, feel, speak, and act like a disciple. This aspect of your nature is of paramount importance for the building of the new world. Only those who are willing and able to subordinate themselves completely to the Mahatmas and their earthly representatives can participate in the new construction.
Verily, the sign of belonging to the sixth race will be the acceptance of the law of the highest leadership, the acceptance of hierarchy in all its magnitude. Your eternal being appears in the physical world as a spiritual teacher.
On the descending line of the hierarchy, you pass on your knowledge and help your smaller brothers and sisters on their spiritual path. You think, feel, speak, and act like a teacher.
Your soul is by its nature a fighter.
You fight against the forces of evil and for the realization of the will of God, for the establishment of the cosmic order on earth, for truth, justice, beauty, and love. You think, feel, speak, and act like a spiritual warrior.
Your eternal individuality, according to its essence, appears as a spiritual healer.
With your high vibration, you raise the vibration of your whole environment. You give spiritual help wherever it is needed and wherever people are ready to receive it.
Help in spirit is the most powerful. Your true spiritual self is a bearer of light.
With your golden aura, you illuminate the darkness and give comfort, hope, and courage to those in need.
With your enthusiasm, you ignite the fire of spirit in others. On the stage of material life, you play the role of a builder. An Agni Yogi builds that which should be built.
Namely, the new man and the new world.
Your higher self manifests itself on earth as a priestly being.
You are always connected with the higher world and lead your fellow men to the heights.
You appear on the material plane as a higher being from a higher world, as if from a different planet, as an alien.
Your realm is not of this world. Your home are the supermundane spheres. You descend to fulfill a mission, but will soon return back upwards. You do not give the Maya of the constantly changing conditions of material life more than its true, that is, a secondary importance.
Finally, the new man naturally emerges as a guide on the path to the future, to the next stage of evolution. But I, little midget, do not regard myself as a leader at all.
Well, it is quite enough if you transform into a being of spirit. Thus you advance. The others will notice the achievement, will imitate it and follow you.
Take these or other examples as role models and realize them in everyday life.
These performances of the soul do not depend on your worldly position, king or shoemaker. They make you a new being in any material circumstances.
How do I know what my soul wants me to do? How I should present myself?
Listen to your heart, this voice of your eternal self. Direct your thinking, feeling, speaking, and acting through the heart.
Purify them in the fire of your heart. Nothing can pollute a high yogi, for everything is consumed by his inner fire. This is still not enough for me. Healer, builder, and leader are, after all, again inner qualities that can hardly be perceived. Are there no visible characteristics of the man of the future?
Yes, let us add one last aspect.
A dignified spiritual attitude must finally express itself in a worthy posture of the body as well.
Keep yourself upright, not only in spirit, but also in body.
Do not face your fellow man stooping, but with your head held high.
Put on a majestic expression. Move gracefully and solemnly.
Be able to face the waves of life with beauty.
Keep in mind pictures of great personalities who actually embody majesty and love, and orientate yourself on them. But do not pose in any artificial way. You give your inner dignity an appropriate outward expression. No more and no less.
What is the secret of dignity?
You stop thoughts, feelings, words, and deeds in which your lower self is expressed, and allow only those to manifest which come from your higher being. Ödön von Horvath laments.
In principle, I am quite different, but I rarely managed actually to live like that.
You do better. You enable your other, eternal self to appear, and thereby build up your dignity.
I reveal the divine only. It is beneath your dignity to give in to the coarse, sensual desires of your transient personality, or to submit to its whims. Just as it is beneath the dignity of a lion king to ape the relaxed life of its subjects, according to the motto Hakuna Matata, and to vegetate irresponsibly without any higher purpose.
A great man is only the one who first rules himself.
To rule oneself is the greatest rule. A master, first of all masters, the beast within himself. It is unworthy of the rider to be bullied by his donkey. Your dignity is your most precious possession. Let nobody and nothing take it away from you. May you all remember that you build your human dignity amid daily turbulence. This awareness will make your achievement permanent.
Ultimately, the aim of every great teaching, of every wise teacher, and thus also of Agni Yoga, is to explain to people how to go through earthly life with dignity.
The useful teaching is given for the upbuilding of a worthy life. Isn't human dignity the same for everyone?
In the spiritual sense, every animated being has its own, but you have to uphold the higher dignity of a king of the spirit or a disciple of the brotherhood.